Automotive. Welcome to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, the #1 resource for automotive sales professionals, managers, and owners to learn how to make money, accumulate wealth, and to all out ball out in the auto industry. And now your hosts, Sean V. Bradley and L.A. Williams.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Automotive.
Y'all know L.A. Williams and Mr. Sean V. Bradley. Go ahead, break it down for him. The creator. Break it down for him, Sean.
Yo, this is SVB in the place to be. It's the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. I am the creator of the Millionaire brand. Yo, I'm multi. You feel me, LA? And yo, this is to all my friends, fans, and followers, and even to them haters, because I know y'all be listening. I got some heat for you today. And LA, there is no guest. I'm the guest. You're the guest. Let's do it. All right, so let me set the stage. All right?
Yeah.
All right, so this is what I've been hearing from my people. I keep hearing questions like, yo, how do we handle selling cars in a climate where there's no inventory? Okay, and so I want to break it down. First and foremost, it's a mindset. Okay, it's only an obstacle. It's not even like an objection or a deterrent forever. It's a temporary state.
Yeah.
What that means is if you're going to complain that you don't have any inventory, man, I'm telling you, how are you going to let something that's just not having in-stock inventory stop you from getting this money? Fam, do you understand that we are living through the most profitable time in automotive history?
Yeah.
They're going to be writing about this shit in books like for years to come. LA, tell the people, right or wrong.
Absolutely, man. It's so crazy. And see, I think that, most of the time, automotive professionals think, oh, it's just us. Oh, I'm dealing with this situation. But, how many you guys realize, like, when I go and buy some furniture, right, they don't always actually have what I want in stock, right? So it's going to take months and months in order for them to get me what I want. Same situation with blinds, right? They're like, oh, we got to get some new blinds, Sean. And they're like, oh, well, it's going to take about 60 days. So there are other industries that are in the same
Did you say
situation.
New blinds? I got some old blinds or old blind guy.
Good thing I ain't old, you know what I'm saying? No, but yeah, absolutely, man. It's crazy because this is not the only industry that's dealing with this. A lot of industries are dealing with it, and they're not whining and complaining. Man, as far as I know, they just deal with it. They just push forward. They understand. Customers understand. It's a part of the game. So
yeah. So here's what I want to say. First and foremost, the mindset. Your mindset needs to be set the right way.
Yep.
And what is the right way? That means that there is no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a long time ago, nothing bad happens here. I mean, you know what, God, prayers out to, Eastern Europe right now, what's going on in the war with Ukraine and Russia.
Mm-hmm.
That's problems, fam. That's problems right there. That's real life and death type situations. And that's not where we're failing right now in the United States. We have profit beyond profit beyond profit. Now, is it going to be easy for everybody? No, but you got to FITFO, which means figure it I'll use a Christian version, fudge out. FITFO, figure it the fudge out. And so the first thing I'm going to say as far as what strategy should be is do whatever you can if you're a dealer principal or GM to create an inventory abundance. Well, how do you do that? The first and simple version is create what's called a VBC. VBC is a vehicle buying center. And what does that mean? That means that instead of just trying to sell cars, be proactive and try to buy cars. Here's about like a couple quick things. One is network in your local community with all of the motorcycle dealerships, power sports dealerships, RV dealerships. I'm talking about Vespa dealerships. I'm talking about Polaris, Ski-Doo, snowmobiles, jet skis, because you might be surprised, but LA, people that buy those type of items usually trade in vehicles, extra vehicles, to be able to cut down the price of the item or to pay for the item in full. What do you think, LA, about that?
Yeah, I love the idea. The challenge, though, is we have dealers. I know some personally that are like, oh, well, they think, first of all, I think they think it's going to end quickly. And then the other thing is, I don't want to buy all these cars and then, things go back to normal and then I'm stuck with them and I can't sell them. Like,
wait, I'm going to jump in. Listen, that's some stupid shit right there. Let me explain this to you right now. Okay. This is stupid. Here's why, because again, first and foremost, any real automotive professional understands that you could make just as much money, if not more money, in buying cars the right way. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, this is not a temporary fix. I'm trying to upgrade your life like Beyonce right now. And what I mean by that is that, again, even if there wasn't a pandemic going on, you should be still creating a VBC, a vehicle buying center. Why? Because here's the way that the average basic dealership gets cars. They'll turn on and take trade-ins. Okay. And they'll buy from the auction. The problem with buying from the auction is that you're paying stupid tax. What does that mean? Okay, think about it. Who wins at the auction? The person that pays the most amount of money. And not only do you pay the most amount of money, you have transportation fees, you've got acquisition fees. There's a bunch of cost that goes into it. I'm rather never have to go to an auction and deal with any of the BS stuff. I rather buy from the public, from the community. Listen to me. I'm going to source one company and then I'm going to drop the mic, metaphorically speaking, because it's too expensive to drop this mic. I'm saying is that you look at CarMax. CarMax sells thousands of cars a month and they never, ever, ever advertise that we sell cars. Their entire advertisement is we buy cars. We buy cars. We buy cars. We buy cars. We. Like they're French. We buy cars. So what you want to be able to do is follow the blueprint of successful people. So I didn't mean to cut you off, LA, but that's just a myth. You know what I mean?
And see, that's the challenge. It's like, one of the things I write down in my goals every day is I'm like, man, I want to be able to explain anything to anybody, because obviously what you're saying makes a lot of sense to me. I want to have that conversation with people who are steadfast in the fact that I'm not doing that, or they're afraid of it in some way, shape, or form. They're just, they're not executing on it. Because how many people, we've been talking about, we've been talking to dealers about getting an internet department. There's still people who like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, listen, but can I just tell you something? I don't really give a shit about those people. I really don't. Like, I don't mean no disrespect, but like, I've already got 4 kids, 2 pugs, and a diva wife. You feel me? So look, if you're a grown ass man or grown ass woman and you own a multi-million-dollar dealership and you still don't see the value in a VBC or an internet department or BDC, look, I'm not going to try to convert you. Okay, you can't fix stupid, or you can't fix antiquated. And I'm not trying to. My show, your show, our show is for people that want to do more, be more, and achieve more. It is not for the remedial people. So listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, my clients are crushing shit right now. I mean, LA, right or wrong, our dealers. I'm going to shout out 2 dealers right now, just 2. Okay. Danny Zalowski of Country Hill Motors. They buy 120 vehicles like clockwork every single month from the public, and they're profitable as hell. Now, on top of that, I'm going to shout out my man, Rob Ruth of Bob Ruth Ford. That dude is crushing it. They're buying like 150, 160 cars from the public. So, and they're not just buying cars, LA, they're buying them the right way. Okay. They're buying them right. So they're increasing gross. Now, let me not turn this into a whole vehicle acquisition, because this is only a part of it. So we talked about, creating that network in the local community. Next step is to have a website or have a page on your website, like Country Hill Motors, which from Danny Zalowski. If you go to sell to countryhill.com, it's going to take you to a page, and it's solely built for acquisition. The entire structure, the mousetrap, the funnel is to sell your car. I mean, like, we want to buy your car. Now, if you've got a sell to Country Hill type, scenario, now you got to drive traffic. How do you do it? You could do it organically. You could do it by pay-per-click. You could do it by social organically, non-paid. Then you could do it by paid Facebook, paid Instagram. You could do video pre-roll. You could do traditional radio, TV, billboards, etc. Sell to Country Hill or sell to abcmotors.com. Now, in addition to, so let me recap so far, there's a lot going on. Vehicle Buying Center, VBC, network with all of the local community entities, like, motorcycles, ski-doo, RV, power sports, Vespa, etc. Then we're talking about having your own website and then driving traffic to it. Now, there's also sites like True Car Trade, Kelly Blue Book, Instant Cash Offer. Then you've got Craigslist still. Then you have the big one, Facebook Marketplace. Now, look at all those areas. If you want to turn around and forget about that stuff and you don't want to do it, good, because my clients will eat your lunch. You feel me? Good. Don't do it. I'm not trying. It's not reverse psychology. I could care less. Don't do it. Just do me a favor. You're not going to do it. If you hate the idea, please go to the Millionaire Car Salesman group and tell me what state and city you're from, because I'm going to buy your traffic myself for my clients. LA.
Man, you absolutely bodying it. You know what I'm saying? You broke it down, and I know some people that are having that challenge, and honestly, they probably definitely need to have a conversation with you. I mean, I'll play them the podcast and then, maybe get them a personal meeting with you, and then that's going to be that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a challenge. It's a mad challenge.
Let me raise you on this. LA, you know that we're in the process with a major manufacturer of buying our first franchise dealership. So I'm literally right now going through the process with a manufacturer for the minority acquisition program. And I'm telling you right now, not just as a trainer, but as a soon-to-be dealer, my family, my daughter is going to be the dealer principal, but, daddy's backing her and mommy, you know what I'm saying? We got the kid ass with a bank, but we're going to have a vehicle, acquisition center, and we're going to be using VinQ. Shout out to Danny Zalowski and the team at VinQ, but we're going to be using them, and we're going to be everything I'm telling you right now. My clients are doing this and they're massively successful. And that's why I, with my own family and our soon to be dealership, we're going to do the same thing. LA?
Yeah, no, I love it, man. And I think that's going to be extremely powerful. And I think the best way to show somebody is to do it. You know what I'm saying? Let me just do it in your face, right? And they'll be like, all right, well, look, I don't know what to tell you, right? You're just going to stay antiquated. And again, we talk about it all the time. And again, what else are we supposed to do, right? We try to give you the blueprints. You either take them or you don't.
Exactly. So let's go through this again. Today's whole entire conversation is going to be, how do you sell cars when there's not a lot of vehicles out there? So what I was alluding to or inferring, which I hope you guys caught, is that yes, there is a new vehicle inventory shortage, and there's going to be. I'm going to touch that in a second. So what you need to do is get great. I'm going to repeat that. Get great at used cars. Because if there's only a certain amount of new vehicles available and people need cars, you either need to get great at used cars or keep getting used to excuses. Either practice all your excuses and justifications and mediocrity, complacencies and shit like that, or step up your game and start to become a real used car powerhouse. And what does that mean? A used car powerhouse is you need more used car inventory. You need to master the game of used cars, vehicle acquisition, merchandising, pricing, syndication, maximizing all these online classifieds, and, special finance, baby. Bad credit, no credit. I'm about it. I'm about that life. Why? Because subprime is a really, really good resource if you're trying to push that used car metal. LA?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Man, absolutely, man. It's so crazy because even though, during the pandemic, credit scores and things like that have gone up, the average credit score is no longer like as low as 620, man. Now it's going up. Obviously, that still puts people in a situation where they're not, what is quote unquote prime, right? That's not, there's not a lot of people that really fit in that category. So, what we got to do is, and listen, just so you know, like prime does not, or subprime does not mean, somebody's broke or somebody's, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that their specific credit score is not in that prime category, right? And so there's going to be a lot of people who can execute.
I got to tell, I'm just jumping in, man. I'm bullying my way today because I've been in the automotive industry 23 years, and I used to work at a major dealer group called Pine Belt. Shout out to my people at Pine Belt, Jersey. What up? Tom's River, Nissan, Kia, Cadillac. And I'm going to tell you this right now, like there's a lot of rich people that have bad credit. It's called divorce. It's called medical bills. It's called bad investments. It's called, habits. If you got a substance abuse problem and shit like that, you might go bad credit, but you got that down payment, you get the stroke. And that's the thing people understand. Like, people that have bad credit, no credit are not just delinquent on their bills or crackheads or people from the hood. I mean, there's bad credit, just like there's good police, bad police, good priest, bad priest. There's people that have bad situations that happen that are good people. And there's rich people that look at MC Hammer, too legit to quit. I'm saying he got bad credit, but he was getting them checks. So, and you know what's great though? people that got a great job or have money that have bad credit, they've got the down payment to be able to get approved. They've got the bank fees, baby. So stop just trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel, of like 300 credit scores. I mean, there's a whole diversity of bad credit, no credit, whether it's recently discharged bankruptcies, whether it's overdue medical bills, or it's the COVID situation. And I'm going to tell you right now, banks are more open now than ever because of the pandemic, because it's a global crisis. You know what I'm saying? So they're understanding through this situation. So I'm just saying you're crazy if you're not going to turn around and engage in special finance. Even leaving like Highline stores, you're silly. You're like, oh no, pass the Grey Poupon. We don't do special finance. Shit, stop it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now what we did, and this is a true story. This is at Pine Belt. We had three dealerships on one campus. We had the Nissan Kia building, we had the Cadillac building, and then we had Cadillac used cars. And Cadillac used cars, not the Nissan or Kia dealership, mind you, the Cadillac used cars in Toms River is where we had special finance. And we're doing like 75, 80 subprime deals a month, like clockwork, out of the 400 cars. And it was ridiculous amount of gross, ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. I remember you telling me those stories. It's crazy. And then, like, there's so many people who are getting creative, right, with selling cars. Do you realize there's an actual dealership, a Highline dealership, that leases pre-owned Highline vehicles? Like, you got to get creative, man. Stop making excuses and just be like, hey, listen, I'm going to find a way, right? I'm going to get mines. I think a lot of times we're not definitive enough. Sometimes the conversation is all about, what do I say? What do I say? And, I specialize in that, so I like that, right? But the real deal is sometimes we got to have we got to scope out, right? We got to check it from a little bit of a 300 foot point of view. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Ellie, you just touched something on there you don't even realize. It's like a hot button for me too. I'm on my Captain Crunch right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm popping off.
Let's go.
Because this is just, it frustrates me because I see from a different playing field. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you're in the grizzly, in the grind, you only could see what's right in front of you, like, like nearsightedness type shit. Yep. But I'm telling you right now, like across the United States, there's different pockets of threshold for leasing, like lease penetration, which means what's the percentage of their units that they're going to be leasing versus financing or cash. And for whatever crazy reason, certain parts of the country, oh, we don't lease down here. We don't lease down. Our people don't believe in that. That's bullshit. I'm telling you right now, that's your mindset, because I've also have people where you wouldn't think that there's leasing like down south or what have you that are crushing it. And you just said used car leasing. I'm going to say what do you say? What's your word?
Abso-daggum-lutely.
Yeah, abso-daggum-lutely. I'm going to try that again. Abso-daggum-lutely. I mean, like if you're not equipped to do used car leasing, you're crazy. I'm going to shout out right here. We used to have a client in Miami, Ambar Motors. Remember them, L.A.?
Yep,
they
absolutely.
were beasts. They were leasing nice Highline BMWs, Mercedes, Lexus, all that. They were leasing used cars. But two things have to happen first. First, you have to be willing to lease cars, understand the value package proposition of a lease, how to present a lease, how to overcome objections and concerns about lease. And then if you are into leasing, you need to have the right banks. And there's only certain banks that do used car leasing. Mm-hmm. And so those are things that you need to be enveloped in this climate, in this culture. So that's the thing. When you're bitching and whining, I can't sell any cars because we don't have any cars. Well, first of all, what are you doing to get more inventory? What are you doing? VBC, vehicle acquisition? No. Well, there you go. Okay. Well, we got some used cars. Okay. Well, are you down for used car leasing? No, I won't do that. Why? Oh, because my client. Stop it. Okay. And so there's all these excuses. I'm going to say some, LA. I want you to put some respect on this, LA. You feel me? Do some sound effect. Get ready. Okay. Before you ever make an excuse, exhaust every option, or exhaust every option before you make an excuse. Hello.
There you go. That's it. 100%. I've never been the make excuses type of individual. I don't know, what I'm saying? I don't take excuses. I don't make excuses, because there's always a way, right? You just sometimes got to seek out the third alternative. That's why you love talking about synergy, right? And how you can figure the fudge out like you talked about. Man, goodness gracious. Most people don't. They don't feel like they have the opportunity. People, if you could get excited about some of the stuff that you get excited about, man, you can get excited about solving your problems, because everybody knows the bigger problems you solve, the more money you make.
Yo, let me tell you this right now. Shout out to my girl, Chrissy Burton. Shout out to Chrissy Burton. Chrissy Burton is an African-American female that works at Napleton Hyundai in Indiana. And she put on the road 73 deals by her damn self without an assistant, all special finance deals. And what's crazy is there's full-blown franchise dealerships right now in the United States, multiple of them, a bunch of them, that can't even sell 70 cars, new and used combined, with a staff of 8 to 10 salespeople and 2 to 3 managers and an F&I. And here is a Black woman in the automotive industry that spotted 73 cars subprime by her damn self. And then shout out to my man, Cody Carter. Cody in the house.
Damn.
Cody sold 154 cars in March in a pandemic. Okay, which is literally almost 60% more than the average full-blown dealership. So here's my point.
I want to sell like Cody.
Hell, selllikeCody.com is a thing for a reason. You know what I mean? But that's my point, LA. It's just so infuriating. It's so frustrating. It's so exasperating that there's all these people that just want to just make these excuses. I can't, I won't, I don't know how. Well, I mean, just figure it the fudge out.
Yeah, the information is out there, right? That's why we have podcasts like the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. That's why we have the Millionaire Car Salesman Facebook group. I just realized, Sean, that we actually have people who listen to the podcast that are not a part of the Facebook group. I'm like, wait, what? Come on now. Like, we got to fix that, right? You guys definitely should be subscribed here, but how many people need interaction, right? Sometimes just listening to us, I mean, I know we got good voices and everything like that's cute, but man, you got to get some interaction. And to find that interaction, you got to be a part of the Millionaire Car Salesman Facebook group. And trust me, listen, it's not one of those things where we putting up memes and, it's all cute and everything like that. No, man, we about our business. Tell them, Sean.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Attention auto dealers. You need an opportunity to do business. AutoWeb is one of the largest suppliers of high quality leads. I mean, high quality buyers. At a 10% closing ratio, you will be at less than $190 per car sold. Don't just settle for what you get. AutoWeb can fully customize your results through targeted markets and/or zip codes, and as a partner, you will get premium placement within search results. Who better to do that than literally the people that invented automotive internet sales? If you want to sell more cars more often and more profitably, then you need AutoWeb.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, when I created the Millionaire Car Salesman Group, it was for one reason: authenticity. I was tired of these whack ass bullshit groups out there where everybody is like, yeah, and they're posting jokes, complaining. Either it's just like a bitch session, like bitching about this, bitching about that, or they're lying and stroking everybody and saying you're great, and everybody sucks. And so like it's like a utility knife. They're using it for like invoices and stuff like that. So this is what's called a mastermind group. This is what happens. I have spoken and or moderated over 400 NADA and NCM 20 groups in my career. Plus, as you know, LA, I created the Internet Sales 20 group. I'm the one that invented the NCM Internet Sales Boot Camp. And I'm the one that co-created with Jim Ziegler the Internet Battle Plan. Okay, it was called the Dealer Battle Plan back then. And my point on this is that I wanted a space like a 20 group, but on steroids. So the Millionaire Car Salesman Group on Facebook has, you ready for this, LA? Approximately 23,000 members. And they're all validated, not gang validated. I'm saying like, automotive validated. That's our gang, right? Is the automotive industry, meaning there's no vendors in there unless they're pre-approved by me. And out of the 23,000 members, only a couple hundred, maybe 250 people total out of 23,000 are non-frontline people, meaning like vendors or trainers like us. So the rest are dealer principals, GMs, F&I, internet director, BDC director, sales managers, automotive sales professionals. But here's the cool part, LA, it's the best of the best, like the largest and most powerful dealer groups in the world. I mean, from Lithia, Mile One, you know what I mean? Like, the Hathaway Group. Let's just go through the Cardinelli Auto Group, the Coons Automotive Group, the Atlantic Auto Group.
Featured Norm Reeves last time. last week.
Yeah, Norm Reeves, Foundation Automotive Group. I mean, like, again, just like the elite, and then the individual people. We got like Roy Davila, you know, I mean, the Wolf, who's one of the top GMs in the United States. We've got people like Chrissy Burton with Ali Retta, you know, Cody Carter, Tiana Mick, T got your keys, K got you covered, you know, and just an amazing amount of people. And we all come together to be able to give information, inspiration, motivation, tactical blueprint strategies. And you know what else? We are a family. Like, we really are. We try to support, man. LA, I don't know if you saw recently, because we just closed out, March. It's only the first couple, days of April. And people are posting, all their accolades and what they've done, but not bragging, just proud.
Yeah.
I mean, after being on the grind, like I sold 30 cars, I sold 40 cars, I did this. And even people that sold 7 cars, but it was their first time. They've been 3 weeks in the business. They're proud. We are a place where we want to share in your victories. We want to share in your successes. We want to hear what's good. And here's what synergy personified means. You mentioned synergy before. That's why I got it tattooed on me. Synergy stands for, and what this is when 2 or more agents that come together are greater than the individual effect. LA might be good. Chrissy Burton might be good. Sean Bradley might be good. Cody Carter might be good. Kevin Curtis might be good. Jason Coons might be good, whatever. But when you put us together, we are unstoppable. Now, in addition to that, LA, I don't know if people know here, the Millionaire Car Salesman Facebook group, we actually have a mentorship program, because the type of group it is, it's called a social learning group. This is a special classification for Facebook. It's not like a regular group. It's a social learning group, which means it's got chapters and content. It's almost like a segmented online university. All the posts that are there, I got to be honest with you, it's hard to keep up with all the posts, but like a large amount of them are segmented and categorized with chapters, like for new hires, or for internet or BDC or showroom sales, objections, rebuttals, marketing, et cetera, case studies. But then the mentorship software, it's like literally technology, special free mentorship program. And nobody is pitching you. We don't allow it. There's no, there's nothing, nobody's trying to sell you anything. Nobody's trying to scam you. And again, don't get me wrong, there's some cockroaches that squeak in sometimes, and we boot them out, that's there because it's a large group. But I'd say the vast majority if I was on Rotten Tomatoes right now, the group is absolutely like a 95% Rotten Tomatoes. It's beautiful, LA. Yeah. What do you like best about the group?
I love how it's so authentic. And you said that was the reason that you put it together. I mean, but people ask questions. We just had a dealer principal ask, hey, I want to improve my culture. What are some things that you like about your dealership, and what are some things that, that you don't like? And people are able to, be real about how they feel about, the environment. And so, it's really cool because, come on, you got dealer principals asking questions in there. And, if I'm an internet rep or something like that, I feel like I can't get no value. I mean, come on, y'all. Like, it's the best of the best. So they're going, and look, folks, keep it real. It's not, oh, well, no, everything is great. So there's people they just post how they feel, right? And it is what it is. I think that it's so important to be able to have a space where you can have real conversation. And that's one of the coolest things about the Millionaire Car Salesman Facebook group is it's all real conversation. So,
and that's it. Real people do real things. Yep. Real recognizes real, and you mentioned dealer principals. What I love is not only do dealer principals and GMs ask questions, but they give answers. I mean, think about that. Sometimes like these dealer principals, like these centimillionaires, there's some dealer principals that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're intimidating to their employees sometimes. And what I love about the group is that I know that some of these people personally are worth like a fortune, and they're so successful and powerful, right? And then here they are answering questions to newbies that are in the industry, or people that are struggling that need help. I have gotten so many DMs from people that are like, yo, Sean, you don't even understand, like, this group saved my career. This helped me. Like, I was about to quit the industry. The dealership I was working at, they don't offer training. They don't do this. And your information, your group's information helped me put food on the table for my family. That shit is what drives me, man. Is from where I came from where you came from, LA, for us to be able to create a community to help build people. You know what I mean? It's not just about like, high-fiving and we selling cars like candy bars. We are helping people enhance their careers to generate revenue and create security and a way of life for their families, brother. I mean, that's priceless to me.
Yeah, no, you're telling the truth, man. And so, again, the authenticity is real. So let's take, last couple minutes of this, man. And let's really just have some conversation, all right? Because I know you actually getting ready to go visit a dealership, right? Y'all know, I'm gonna tell y'all, Mr. Sean Bradley, y'all better get him now because he's on the verge of retiring. I'm just saying, I'm just gonna slip it in real quick, right? But y'all better get him right now while things are hot. So you're visiting dealerships and
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me, like, you weren't supposed to say that, but like, since you kind of did in front of like, I don't know, like 100,000 people and shit. So let me clarify.
Okay.
I am, going to retire very shortly from training. I'm the president of the company, but I was the lead trainer for 18 years. Okay. So here's when the retirement's coming. It's going to be coming at the end of April. So as of end of April, unless you are an existing Dealer Synergy client, I'm not coming out there to train. And that's no disrespect. I mean, like, I put in my work. I have 18 years being I have over 1 million miles just on American Airlines alone. I don't even know. I don't track the other ones that much, but I got to be at least 1.5, 1.8 million miles flown. And that's a lot of miles, fam, in 18 years. So again, what LA is saying is that if you want Sean Bradley, you need to book me now, because as of the end of the month, I will not be doing trainings for PDC or showroom salespeople, man. I'm working on my software is going to be worth $200 million, the money mind map. So that's the type of shit I'm on right now. And I only have so much of my time to do. And it's just not cost effective or time effective to go train, a BDC team or a sales team anymore. I'm the president of a national company, multiple companies. So I still will be Dealer Synergy and I'm still going to be the shot caller and shit like that. But I'm letting these youngins, you know what I mean? My squad go out there and put in that work and get them air miles and what have you. LA.
Let's go. Yeah, 100%, man. So yeah, again, I just kind of wanted to give folks that little heads up notice. Obviously you heard it here first, the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. You guys are special. Because I know sometimes we talk about things and it's like we sound like, oh, we're getting on folks, but the whole thing is that I know it might not be you. You're a millionaire car salesman. However, you got people around you, right? Our circles are so important, man. And again, the circle you keep, listen, the smaller your circle you keep, the smaller your bank account, right? And see, people think that they don't have big circles. Like, I know wealthy people, they're like, oh, no, I keep my circle small. No, you don't, right? You know how many friends Sean has? Sean got friend after friend after friend after friend. Like anyone successful, I'm telling you, one of the reasons why they're successful is because of their network. They can call pretty much anybody, right? To get any answer that they might be looking for. And they also give a lot of value. They always, hey, listen, let me school you one, right? They're always breaking stuff down for people who want it, right? Of course, you don't want to cast your pearls to swine. I mean, that's, they don't want to do that. But man, if somebody's willing to listen, man, I'm telling you, this is what successful people do. I'm telling you, I'll be watching them. I know the deal.
Yeah, in LA. So shout out to one of my friends and one of my contacts is D Penn. D is a beast, yeah. And I'm gonna be flying out. I've been on an airplane. Look, once to twice a week again. It's crazy. I'm on my Grizzly. That's what I'm telling you. I'm about to retire. So I'm gonna be flying in a couple days. To Virginia for Win Ford. Win Ford. What's up? Yeah. So, and one of the things they wanted to work on was this inventory, questions and stuff. So here's the next part of it, LA. I want to spend the next couple minutes talking about this is, okay, so let's just say that you've got a situation, whether you have the inventory, like used car inventory or not, if somebody's coming in on a new vehicle and, there isn't that vehicle in stock, let's just use this right there since it's a Ford dealership, right? Okay. So let's say somebody's looking at a 2022 Ford F-150. So if somebody's looking for that particular vehicle, obviously, God willing, you happen to have that vehicle in stock and you're going to go into your traditional engagement process. Mm-hmm. If they're a phone, your phone process, at Dealer Synergy, we have a 10-step phone process, which basically is identify, meet, and exceed the prospect's expectations, set the appointment, close it. Or if it's, a virtual sale or digital retail and et cetera. However, here's the reality that's happening to everybody right now, or the most of the people, is that particular vehicle that the prospect wanted might not be in stock, probably isn't in stock. So first and foremost, I want you to understand, I'm gonna change my tone for a second. I'm gonna get a little low just so you could maybe lean in on the speakers and hear what I'm about to say.
Let's go.
Don't panic. Don't stress. Why? Because if you don't have it, chances are that most dealers don't have these vehicles like the Maverick or the Broncos or the Raptors and things like that. I mean, there's a lot. I'm talking about Fords right now. So the idea is, if there's a vehicle like the Maverick, for example, right, or certain versions of the Broncos, again, then chances are that other dealerships don't have those vehicles too. So if you don't have it, other dealerships don't have it. Again, these prospects are understanding that. They understand at this point, 2 years into the pandemic, that, shit's not the same anymore. It's not like it used to be where you just go to the dealership and they're begging you to take cars. It's like, okay, you want it. It's like $10,000 over sticker or more for certain items. So now I'm going to say step one is don't panic. Step two is be prepared. You need to be able to be prepared on how to switch people, because an easy switch is if somebody's looking at that Ford F-150, what vehicle do you have in stock that is close to it? Maybe it's a different color, or maybe it's got a little bit more options that you have to build value in and try to upsell them, or there's a little less options in the one that you have in stock. But obviously the goal is now, not later. I know that Ford wants to go to the, what is like 60% direct model, direct to order model. Yeah, I'm not saying that yet. I'm like, first and foremost, it's about urgency, selling a car today, getting paid today for you, your commission, and the dealership. So try to sell an in-stock vehicle. If the one is not available, try to get a similar in-stock vehicle. Now, if a new vehicle isn't available, then my mind immediately is going to CPO. Now, I know that there's certain dealers out there that don't do CPOs. I think that's absolutely absurd in this economy. You should be focused on CPOs, which are certified pre-owns. Now, if there isn't a CPO F-150 in stock, is there a pre-owned F-150 in stock? So I'm going to go through the count. Step one is try to sell the exact in-stock vehicle. If that doesn't exist, what is the closest new vehicle in stock that you can? See, I didn't go to locate or order yet. After I exhaust the exact, close to exact new, then I'm going to go to certified pre-owned. And then if their certified pre-owned isn't available, I'm going to look at what pre-owned is available. That's like the F-150. And if there's not the same make and model pre-owned, what pre-owned do I have in stock? And then I've exhausted every single in-stock possibility of a go-to, then and only then will I even try to attempt a dealer locate, which is very difficult, next to impossible right now for a lot of stores, because nobody wants to trade out anything. But if that's not available, then I will turn around and go to either a used car locate, which is possible. How do you do that? Well, if you've got VinQ and other inventory software, like possibly like vAuto, et cetera, you could see what's out there. Plus, if you've got access to Manheim and Auto Trader and any other, Auto Web, used cars, Cars Direct, used car services, you might be able to find a pre-owned vehicle that's there. Yeah, right?
Absolutely. And here's the thing: is so many people don't know how to conduct a needs assessment, right? They are like, "Oh, we don't have the vehicle," and then that's the end of the conversation, right? That's like one of the worst things you can do, right? You need to be able to ask the question, "Hey, Sean, just so I know what's making you look specifically at the F-150, right?" You need to be able to ask that question, get a person's story, right? You might need to be able to say, "Hey, just so I know what's making you look at a new vehicle. I'm just wondering," right? You got to ask these questions to help people to understand that there are other options out there that might be just as good, if not better, for them. So again, ask the question. That's the challenge. Most people don't ask the question.
100%. And I want to do a next podcast with you, LA. I want to talk about qualifications. I want to talk about the dealer synergy needs assessment that I invented. Yeah. That's on fire, that people keep DMing me about this, man. It is fire. It is absolutely fire. And so, but LA, I want to also talk about one other thing, because I want to give ideas and I mean, like, watch this. Look at all that I just said here, but there's even more. Shout out to Kalina Bradley of the RK Auto Group. She works for RK Kia in Vineland, New Jersey. And Kalina, how she sells cars like candy bars is she's working her auto alert data mining, equity mining. What does that mean? She's constantly on a daily basis. And this is a young 21-year-old, female, my daughter, that's working at RK Kia for about a year and a half, and she's crushing it. Shout out to John Luciano and Jim G and all the other managers that trained her and supported her, because what she's doing is she's going through the current customer base people that not just her own clients, but orphan owners. And hell, she ain't got no shame in the game. She's even going to people that she didn't sell cars to with their permission, obviously. Mm-hmm. And she's looking for potential trades, potential acquisitions. What do I mean? Let's just say for her case, for Kia, right? If somebody's looking at a Kia Soul, right? And there's no Kia Souls in stock that are new or no Kia Souls in stock that are used, she's a freaking Kia dealership. She could go back to the last 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and more. I feel like Count Chocula, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And she, you're so stupid. I love you, bro. And she's going in and to anybody that dealership sold a Kia Soul to. And guess what she's doing? She's making an offer to them. So that's the thing is if you're in sales, you don't have to just be in management or the used car manager or the buyer, the wholesaler. Even if you're a freaking salesperson, hell, even if you're a BDC rep, work your data mining, equity mining tool. Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, if somebody's looking for a particular car that's not in stock, then go look for a trade-in that you could trade that vehicle in. Maybe you could turn it into 2-car deals. Think about it. Here's a scenario. Let's just say that, Mr. Customer is looking for that, a 2022 Kia Soul. Okay, they don't have it in stock and the allocation can't get it, whatever. So then Kalina turns around and goes and finds Mr. L.A. Williams that has a 2020 Kia Soul, couple years old. She does a quick check because we have the service records. And guess what? There's equity in that vehicle. So Kalina could turn around and reach out to the previous client, which was an orphan owner, Mr. L.A. Williams, say, hey, Mr. Williams, my name is Kalina Bradley. I love when I say her last name because it's mine. It's like, listen, I got to tell you right now, I don't know if you realize this, but you actually have equity in your vehicle. Mm-hmm. How would you like it to know that I could possibly get you way more for your vehicle than it's actually even worth? And so again, there's a whole bunch of different word tracks and we could do a podcast on just word tracks. This is just concept and strategy right now, LA. I got a fun one. But then think about this. Not only can you get as a salesperson without being at the mercy of your freaking management or ownership, you could go find your freaking vehicle yourself. And not only that, turn that into a 2-car deal. My daughter has done that. Yep. You feel me, people? Absolutely. I'm a proud papa. My daughter has done that shit. She has turned around and found a vehicle that was not available to her. And not only did she find a vehicle to sell somebody a car, she wound up selling a person a car that she got that car from and turned it into a 2-car deal. Mm-hmm. LA. That's Bradley right there. That's Orange team right there. You feel me? What'd you say?
The orange tie guys make your accounts rise. You know what I'm saying? No, you're absolutely right. Because so many people don't realize that there are people who are driving, less like in your example, a 2020 Kia Soul that they're looking to, they might want something a little bit smaller right now. Gas prices is kind of crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? So they might say, hey, you know what? Let me get an Optima. Let me get a Rio. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different options out there. But you will never know if they're open to doing that if you don't reach out and ask. And sometimes the people don't even know until they get the phone call and they go, you know what, I've been thinking about, my wife just mentioned to me, what my husband just said, right? We don't even need the vehicle no more because we both work from home and, we Uber everywhere. It's all kind of stuff that's out there, man. It's crazy. People just don't take advantage and you don't realize the opportunities out there until you execute. Man. So
LA, right before we wrap this up, I want to just reiterate. So we started this whole podcast today was about how to sell cars with low inventory, during this vehicle crisis, right? This inventory crisis. And I gave you a hell of a lot of different things. I didn't repeat myself with just the one thing and make it sound different tone and inflection. I gave you 99 million different options on how you could get, vehicles that might not be in stock. And that's the thing, guys, ladies and gentlemen, you got to figure it the fudge out. So listen, if you're confused, if you're not sure, or if you want to turn around and just shoot the shit with me, holla at your boy. My name is SVB, Sean V. Bradley, CSP, and the place to be. My cell phone number is 267-319-6776. Yo, did he just give me his real cell phone number? Did a multi-millionaire, the creator of this whole Millionaire Car Salesman thing, just give you his personal cell phone number? Yes, I did. You know why? Because I got caller ID. And I can choose not to answer the phone whenever I don't want to. But so again, holla at your boy, text me, call me, and I'll give you a free strategy session for real, for real. LA, close us out. We got to go.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm in the same situation, guys. You know, you can be a part of my text community. Just text me at 267-551-6279. So that's a situation where if you send me a message, I'm going to send you a link. Listen, I'm not like Sean. I'm a little different because you call me lazy, call me blind, call me whatever, but I'm going to allow you to put your information into my phone. That way, when you reach out to me, I'll know exactly who it is, and then we can schedule something from there. But again, the number is 267-551-6279. Make sure to reach out to me. So listen, y'all, these are the strategies. This is exactly what you do. How to sell cars even when the inventory is not there, even when the vehicles are not there. How do I do it anyway? Well, you just heard it from Mr. Sean V. Bradley and L.A. Williams. And I always say, man, you are the average of the 5 people who you spend the most time with, and you've just been spending time with us. And so now it's your turn to go out there and be a millionaire car salesman. I'll check y'all out next week. Peace. So there you have it, the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. This podcast comes to you every week from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you have a question about the show or would like the chance to become a guest, feel free to contact us directly at 856-546-2440 or email us at millionairecarsalesman@gmail.com. This program is a presentation of Synergy Records, produced by Tiana Mick and L.A. Williams. Production and engineering by L.A. Williams. The Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast is hosted every week by L.A. Williams and the Millionaire Car Salesman himself, Sean V. Bradley. The Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast can be found everywhere, so please don't forget to review, subscribe to, and share the show. Thanks for listening to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, and remember, where I'm from, money provides options. The Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast is sponsored in part by Autoweb. If you enjoyed this podcast, then make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave us a review. Let some other folks know about it. Oh, and don't forget to join the Millionaire Car Salesman group on Facebook. We'll see you there.